Another year, another video, and what better way to start off 2024 than another installment in that series where I rank boards from every Mario Party from worst to best. And even though I had a pretty bad time with the first Mario Party, I assure you that won't be the case, as we are looking at my personal favorite Mario Party, Mario Party 2. And if I were to be completely honest, Mario Party 2 might just have the best lineup of boards in the series. And not just because of the fact that there's costumes, everything's better than the first game, or the series for that matter. The boards, the layouts, the fact that there's finally items. Honestly, I'm gonna have fun with most of these boards. Well, most of them. Let's get this one singular D tier out of the way. Man, I gotta stop being so predictable with the bottom spots. Regardless, I think we can all collectively agree that Mystery Land is the absolute bottom of the barrel for this game. First of all, the gimmick from everybody's favorite Mario Party 1 board, Wario's Battle Canyon Return, that being the island hopping. You traverse through 3 different methods. You can either land on happening spaces, use the skeleton keys to get through these bridges, or use these bomb UFOs. Now, the happening spaces are the most effective, but also the most annoying, as you're probably gonna land on them when you don't want to, but then you're probably gonna want to not land on them, but then you're gonna want to land on them, but then you never get to do that. So then it just gets annoying. And the bomb UFOs and the skeleton keys, they're not gonna help you either. Like, this gimmick is so annoying. Why does it keep coming back? And since the island hopping is back, that makes it harder to get to the item shop, Boo, and even the star, even if it might be slightly easier to access because you don't have to go to a loop and completely miss the star. And I would say it would be fun with friends, but honestly, it's just so boring that it's terrible. Now, is it better or worse than Wario's Battle Canyon? If I'm being honest, that's up for debate. Thank God we're out of that one. Now let's move straight on to A tier. Yep, no B or C tier. Well, you could include C tier if you include Rules Land, but honestly, who's gonna include Rules Land in these kinds of rankings?
Look, I'm Peggy the Pirate.
I'm Blind Beard the Pirate. Oop.
Pirate Land. One of the most ingenious beginner boards of all of Mario Party. For starters, it amazes you with 2 islands that are much grander feeling than, say, Yoshi's Tropical Island as an example, which is funny because they're both in A tier. However, don't feel too overwhelmed, as there is the brand new addition of items, which either give you more dice rolls or unlock certain parts of the board which you couldn't access otherwise, as well as having far more events which either help, or in the spirit of Mario Party, hinder your progress to reach the star. As well as there was only being 2 islands as opposed to 4 like in Mystery Land, so traversal is far more forgiving considering the cannons which send you back to start. As well as having a simple but effective pirate theme. Not to mention that the bank is nowhere near as obnoxious as it is in Mystery Land, where it's on the beginning island, so you won't lose as many coins. And finally, having a really charming cutscene where your character has a duel with Captain Bowser. Now, despite all of these great things, why is it only number 5? Well, these cannons are a little annoying for a beginner board, as well as the fact that it's a little basic. But otherwise, this is everything DK's Jungle Adventure should have been.
All right, Pinhead, your time is up.
Who you calling Pinhead?
I wanted to rank Western Land higher than I initially did, but that doesn't make it a bad board. After all, it is still an A tier board. First of all, the music is amazing. Just this charming, cozy, yet mildly frantic feel of the music really just makes it one of the most memorable pieces in all of Mario Party. And even though the board might feel massive when you first look at it, there's a train outside which can help you easily traverse it. However, this does mean you are most likely going to miss Boo, who is on the train tracks. And even when someone gets close to the star, you could use Wiggler's milk bar in order to lure everyone towards your location. However, this really doesn't become useful until the last 5 turns. And also, I wish that the item shop was not in the middle of the board. I wish it actually happened earlier, but it's nothing too annoying. Overall, Westerland still surprisingly holds up really well. And it's only number 4. Yeah, we've reached the S tiers!
Dear pesky plumbers, the Koopalings and I have taken over the Mushroom Kingdom. The princess is now a permanent guest at one of my 7 Koopa hotels. I dare you to find her if you can.
Bowser Land is chaos incarnated into an egocentric, maniacal, engaging Mario Party board. And I love it. You are first greeted with the banks. At first, you would think that the same regular bank rules apply. You gain all the coins depending on how many times the space has been passed. However, that's not the case. The rules are reversed. Every time you pass the bank, you are given 5 coins, but when you land on it, depending on how many times it's been passed, you lose all those coins. And it's not just the banks that are altered. These item shops force you to buy a random item, and I actually like the item shop placement. It's in the top right, kind of out of the way considering you don't want to go there, considering it just kind of wastes your time. And even then, it's not like you necessarily need items, as the board is still really easy to traverse. But after every 5 turns, the Bowser Parade commences. And when you are in its path, it sends you back to start, and it makes you lose 2 coins for every space you touch. Now you can still prevent this using these panels which alter the direction of the Bowser Parade. And I guess there's these pipes and this blooper thing, but they're not entirely noteworthy, although the music slaps. Now, the 2 flaws with this board are, the star placement can be kind of stupid, whether it's behind a skeleton gate key, or within the circle blooper thing, and the item minigame being absolute trash. I mean, I guess these 2 do fit with Bowser's cruel nature, but I still feel like it's a little bit harsh with no thought behind it. However, it's still not a bad pick for Mario Party 2.
Buzz-looking alien! Where?
You know, prior to this video, and especially the release of Mario Party Superstars, I didn't think much of the board Spaceland. But after my most recent playthrough, I've learned to really appreciate this board to the point where it's my 2nd favorite. First of all, I love the planning ahead aspect that is involved with the ticking clock and the laser. You see, every time you go in this middle part with this ticking clock, when you pass it, it decreases by 1. And once that number reaches 0, a giant laser will fire, and anyone that's in its way will lose all of their coins. So this means you have to be incredibly cautious and not be in the laser's path when you notice that someone is getting close to activating the laser. And the other aspect I really love is the Womp cards. You see, there's these event spaces which summon a Womp card, which sends you to a certain part of the board. This gimmick sounds annoying, but there's the sniffet that you can pay for 5 coins to chase down. And when they do, they send you further back on the board, granting you more pathways to get to the star. And if I'm being honest, there's really nothing wrong with this board. it doesn't do anything amazing like number 1, but there's literally nothing wrong with it. It's just a really good board. And with that, we've done all the S tiers. But wait, I hear you ask, we still have one board left. So why are all the S tiers done? Well, my dear viewers, that's because that board is granted the achievement of the absolute best board, not just in this game, but the entire series. Yep, we peaked at the second installment. And if you played Mario Party 2, you know what number 1 is.
It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Horrorland and both the original and remake are the absolute peak of Mario Party boards. And it will stay that way for me for the rest of the series onward. Let me explain. First of all, these are easily my favorite costumes in the whole game. Like, Donkey Kong Wizard, come on! It was so great that even the box art knew that it was amazing. It's on the box art! But back to the board itself. First of all, I love the opening. It starts with the split path that you can either go to Mr. I, which he will send you to the other side of the board, and same goes if you're on that side of the board as well. Or you could go to the item shop, which isn't too far from here. It really makes you decide on what's going to be the most effective method when the store is really far away. And also, the layout is incredible. With all these twists, turns on every road, it feels unpredictable, haunting. And it doesn't stop there when these thwomps are involved. You see, just like DK's Jungle Adventure, they'll let you pass if you have the right amount of coins. However, in the ingenious day and night system, take that Mario Party 6, okay, I'll stop. The Womps will freeze at night. But this means that the boos are available and they behave the same. There's not just one boo, there's like multiple of them. It's an easy way to steal stars from other players whenever a Womp is blocking the star. And also, the atmosphere and music are incredible. It feels haunting, yet also strangely playful. But none of that is why this is the best board of the series. It is the best board because it has the greatest Mario character of all time, Kamek! Okay, obvious jokes aside, Kamek's gimmick is that he changes night to day, and same goes for these musical boos, but it goes in reverse where it changes from night to day. And this can benefit you either to unlock a thwomp, disable a boo, or vice versa where you're trying to block someone from getting the star, or to access a boo which you can steal from. And there is a boo. If you have a skeleton key, you summon Big Boo, or King Boo if you play the remake, which he can steal 1 star from every player if you have 150 coins, which can easily change how the game is played. And he can also do the same for coins if you're a bit low. And that is why Horrorland is Mario Party 2's greatest achievement, as it perfectly encapsulates the right amount of strategy, chaos, luck, layout, atmosphere, everything that a Mario Party board should strive to obtain. Welp, that's my ranking of every Mario Party 2 board. Join me next time when we look at well, the third game. But hey, it's not like it's gonna be that underwhelming. After all, I'm gonna have a very special someone join me on that ranking. But until then, see you later and Happy New Year.